Good morning, YouTube. My name is Justin. I run this channel here called Bike and Bird, where we take boring ass stock bikes and turn them into badass one-of-a-kind machines. If that sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Today is episode 3 of the Fat Bob build series, nicknamed the Chubby Shuttle. Let's get into it. So first off, I do have to apologize. I am getting over a cold, so that's why I sound all nasally and gross. But anyways, on today's episode, we're doing the stage 1 on this Fat Bob here. If you caught last episode, we took it over to Black Widow Power Sports. We put it on the Dyna, and she put out some pretty impressive numbers for being stock. But we all know that stock bikes suck, and this bike is no exception. So thanks to our sponsors for today's episode over at GetLoweredCycles.com, your one stop for everything Harley and Harley related. We got a couple goodies in the mail. The Dynojet Power Vision. That's right, guys. We have notoriously been putting on fuel pack 3s from Vance & Hines, but this time I decided to go a little bit different and go with the Dynojet Power Vision. I've never used one of these before, so this is going to be a completely new experience, but installation should be fairly simple. And then helping the Milwaukee 8 breathe is going to be a VO2 air intake from Vance & Hines. And guys, you're gonna be proud of me or mad at me or don't give a shit. But if you've watched any other series, you know kind of the color scheme that I go for. I did a little something different here this time, guys. That's right, guys. We went with the stainless steel. This isn't chrome. It looks very chrome-esque on the camera. It's not as shiny as it looks on camera, but went with the Cage Fighter, I believe this is what this is called. Yeah, 2018 Cage Fighter. So it's the same filtration system as what was on the Dyna, as well as what's on the Battle Donkey. So as you can see here, you got the filter and then your basic 4 bolts going on there. The actual performance and filtration of this is all the same, it's just different looks. I've been very happy with this air cleaner, so I figured what's the point of changing when you can change up the looks and keep the same good performance. So that's why I picked that one. And then the big shocker, the one that's gonna shock a lot of people, is I changed up the exhaust a little bit from the render here that you saw at the beginning of the video, because after doing a little bit of playing around, I think this is gonna look a tad bit better. All right, guys, I hope you're ready for this. That's right, guys. I went with a stainless exhaust as well. I'm not doing a black exhaust. So as you guys can see, I went with the Two Brothers Racing exhaust. This is the same pipe that I had on the Dyna, but a different finish, of course. This is the stainless steel. The reason I went with that is I felt like after I did some renders and stuff like that, especially once these pipes get nice and blue and toasty and everything like that, it's gonna give a lot more of that spaceship appeal to it than just your standard powder-coated black. Or sorry, Cerakoted black. So yeah, guys, that is the plan for today. So let's get to work. Alright guys, quick update here. I decided to start with the exhaust just because I felt like that was going to take the most time. So far I haven't ran into any real big issues. Getting this bracket off was kind of a pain in the ass. You have to take off like the entire rear passenger peg mount, which I'm going to get rid of anyways. But I mean, it's just in a billion different pieces. I tried to take it off in as little pieces as possible, but it's kind of like a Lego set. You had to take something off to get to something. But still, no huge issues. I just got the old exhaust gaskets out. Now the new ones are gonna go back in, followed by the new pipes. And we've run into our first issue. That didn't take long, did it? So, so I was putting this muffler on, and you know, I put it in like so, and I was lining it up, and I was like, man, that just doesn't seem like it lines up. Like it's close, but I mean, it's a good maybe 2 to 3 inches off. So I was like, surely I'm doing something wrong. So I opened up the directions, and then I found out what was wrong. I don't have a sport glide. I was just looking at pictures, so I mean, I guess from that picture I should have been able to tell, but I mean, all the other pictures are pretty much identical to the Fat Bob. And from 30 seconds of Google research, I found out that I do believe that these are not the same systems. The Sport Glide is one of those weird ones, along with the Slim, I believe, that uses a different mount. So I don't know if it was on my part or on Get Lowered's part or on Two Brothers Racing part, but I'll have to get down to the bottom of that and get the right one ordered. So for now, I'm just gonna move on and I guess start working on the air cleaner now. So as you can probably tell, it is day 2. Last night I just kind of got a little bit aggravated after the exhaust situation. Did end up getting the air cleaner on, which I have to say looks really good. I'm really happy with how this stainless is kind of playing off each other. But we did find out that it was an issue with the part number. Something got swapped between Get Lowered and Two Brothers, so they're rectifying that situation right now. I still don't know how long that's going to take, but for now I'm just gonna keep moving on and focus on the Power Vision. The only issue I see us having with this Power Vision is that these bars have like a weird taper to them, as you can see, so it's really thick down here and it comes down, tapered down here, which might affect how the actual display mounts up. I did get a ram mount display for it, which fits up to 1.25 inches, I believe. So that might pose some issues since there's no actual solid piece to it, but it doesn't really matter because we're putting on bars probably within the next 2 episodes. So that's what I'm planning for. So even if we have to kind of like temporarily rig it up, that's gonna be completely fine because it's gonna be getting changed out anyways. Also, one thing I wanted to say, and I'm probably gonna be saying this a lot throughout this series, is that I know that this doesn't look great, and if you've seen one of my series before, you know that I go for the end goal. I don't go for what's gonna look good piece by piece. I have a vision in mind and I'm going for that end goal. And a lot of people have said like, oh man, that looks like shit. I'm like, I know, but just wait. So especially with this bike getting painted and everything like that, that's gonna happen a lot, especially once we go through the first round of powder coating. We've got like 3 different colors going on this bike with the gray and everything. It's gonna look bad for a little bit, but just trust me, it'll work out. So that was actually extremely easy. I know I said I might have to rig it up here, but actually this mount fit this bigger part of the bar perfectly and pretty much centered the screen. I know I'm not worrying about these wires or anything like that because like I said, the bar is going to get it replaced fairly soon. Don't have to want to redo all that again. So I'm just going to leave that as is. It's not pinching anywhere or anything like that, so it'll be good. But got this set up, just kind of playing around with it. I've never used one of these before, so I'm literally playing around with it. The only issue I had with the actual mount was on the back end. So it comes with these tiny little bitty screws, which didn't really quite grab on as much as I would like. So I left one out so I can go to the hardware store and get a little bit longer bolts for that to fit through both the mount plate as well as into the device. And you can kind of see how I rigged it up here. Did the RAM ball here, the RAM mount across to here. They call this an AMPS-4 pattern. It's a common pattern used for like GPSs and things like that. So I mean, it's on there, it's solid, it's not going anywhere, but just for peace of mind, I'm gonna get a little bit longer screws just to get a little bit more thread into the back of the device. But that of course will be for a different episode. So for now, I'm done for what parts I have, which kind of sucks, but I'll leave it up to Future Justin to handle it from here.
12 seconds later.
Hey guys, Future Justin here. It's literally just a couple hours after I recorded that last bit, just long enough to put some numbers and stuff on the dirt bike, getting it ready for a race this weekend. But I got an email back from Get Lowered. Apparently they talked to TBR. Apparently the bracket is the same. It's just the other kit includes something else. So this should fit, it just apparently needs a little bit more finagling. So I've had a feeling that was the case, but I didn't want to start, you know, really lifting and pulling on pipes and stuff like that, trying to get something to fit that wasn't meant to fit. So fit, we're gonna make it fit on the fit. Let's fit. So the exhaust is on. I think it's safe to say that I was just being an idiot last night, because now that I tried it again, once I learned that to put the muffler on first and then get the pipes on, that was actually pretty easy. How about my my redneck spring puller though? So the TBRs used to come with a spring puller in the kit, but this one did not. So I made my own with a pick and a vice grip here. So that was pretty fun. The pipes are held on by 2 springs. I know I'm not gonna get a shot of this to save my life, but there's 2 springs running from this pipe to or a spring running from this pipe to the muffler, and then this pipe to the muffler. Damn it, I just touched it again. Son of a bitch. The reason you wipe this down is because if you touch it and you've got anything on your hands, it actually burns your fingerprint into the pipe once it turns on, or burns a ugly spot basically. So now all that's left to do is to button her up and see how she sounds.
Do you pledge to the Biker Bird Patreon?
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Exclusive behind the scenes footage, Discord group chat access, discounts on merch, pledges to the monthly give back. All of this and more could be yours by simply visiting the Patreon link below. Handlebars, helmets, Cardo communicators, and much more are on the give back list, where we select 3 winners every single month. So get the lead out of your panties and click that link. Now, back to the video.
There's just something special about that new exhaust smell, guys. I mean, you heard it. It sounds amazing. Super impressed with Two Brothers once again. Completely woke this bike up, but now I'm really excited to see what kind of performance gains we got. And that's what's gonna be coming up on next episode. We're taking this bike back to Black Widow Power Sports to get it dyno tuned. I know I installed the tuner, but I did not touch anything, so it's gonna be, we're gonna get the numbers for just stage 1, no tune, and then we're gonna get stage 1 plus a tune. So very exciting video coming up for that. I should be dropping it off later this week, so hopefully you'll get that video within 2 weeks of this coming out. And then like I said, we're moving on to bars, powder coating, things like that. So build is finally in full swing, guys. Thanks for everyone who has been sticking along through this past 6 months or so from when I released that we're gonna be doing this build to now that we're actually doing it. Once again, thanks for our sponsors for today's episode, both Get Lowered Cycles as well as Vance and Hines. As always, I'm gonna include links for every product that we use down in the description. But anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't already, go ahead and punch that subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.